You know, I was not expecting to have this much fun with this film. I really didn't, but I have a lot to talk about with it. So let's jump into it now. And this is my review of the new film, Red Pill. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Red Pill, which is coming on demand and digitally December 3rd. Now, first off, the reason that got me into checking this film out is because one, the title Red Pill was really catchy. The Matrix is about to come out, so I was like, okay, what's this about? And while they give you the different associations and definitions of what Red Pill is, it still was really a catchy title that I was like, okay, let's see what it is. And then I saw that it was a horror film, and I was like, yeah, definitely, you know, I'll check it out. And then ultimately I looked at the cast, and it had a couple of names from the Walking Dead universe, particularly from Fear the Walking Dead, and RUBEN, COLBY MINIFIE, and Tonya Pinkins, who actually is the writer, director, and producer of this film. So there's a lot of reasons to check it out. But I do have to say that I feel that this film, while it has many flaws, this film was so much fun. And the reason why it was so much fun is because when you look at the cast, they're clearly having so much fun, to the point I kind of envied it a little bit, because I was just like, yeah, who doesn't want to take a trip with their a group of friends, 6 of them total, and just kicking back, getting an Airbnb, and just laughing about things. And yeah, they all have sort of semi-same but sort of different political views and whatnot, and that can always be a little bit difficult, but nonetheless they're still really friends. And the fact that they were, you know, basically on a road trip, and then they stopped and they get an Airbnb in this really red area of Virginia. I still admire the camaraderie amongst everybody, where they're just having fun. And that's not just the characters. I really feel like all the actors and everyone involved with this had so much fun, to the point that I didn't feel like there was any bit of good acting, because I feel like they were just genuinely being who they were. And then when it came down to visuals and special effects, there was definitely some CGI that was just so obvious, and just obviously not good because it was so obvious, that I also didn't mind that as well too. And even with all of the red flags in the danger that they was putting themselves into, and they kind of just brushed it off. Well, not everybody, but most of the characters just kind of brushed it off. It was kind of like, well, I can't even buy into the horror factor to it, because no one's even taking any of this serious, you know? So there was a lot of reasons as to why the branding of this film wasn't actually honest, if you ask me. But I feel if you go into this film, especially after watching this review, and knowing that you're going to watch a film where you're getting names, and if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, so it's definitely the fandom behind that, but names and people that you may be a fan of coming together to do a film that they really just had a lot of fun in doing so. But at the same time too, it does tell a very interesting story, or theme, shall I say. And I said this before I even read this, but Tonya herself said that she made her own personal Get Out, because when I was watching this, and Get Out by Jordan Peele, I was definitely like, this feels like a version of Get Out. And it is, because it's basically telling a flip side within politics, because this is taking place on the eve of the 2020 election, which is one of our biggest elections here in America, rather wherever you're watching it at. And it basically was, it talked about the dangers and the fears and the reservations of how pivotal that election was or is for this film. And then how everyone had different perspectives about it, whether you were a white woman, whether you were a brown man, whether you were a colored woman or guy, wherever it may have been. Everyone was kind of giving their perspective about what this election meant, and where things can go forward based on the outcome of the election. So there was a lot of good commentary in this film, and that's again why I appreciate it, because that could be really heavy and really deep. And I really don't watch any films for politics, but the fact that they were able to like embed that into the film, but also blanket it with a lot of fun, like it made it really smooth. And then when I say fun, things really got silly, like really got silly. And that's why the CGI worked, because the CGI was silly for the silly scenes, which I was like, cool, you know, because it kind of turned into a little bit of a Home Alone thing, because this town that they were in was a red town. They're obviously blue folks, so people were just like, they don't belong, so they target them. They target people because they feel like they were traitors to the whole white supremacy thing, and, you know, making America white again. They had all these type of different things going on in here. So, you know, it was interesting storytelling in this, and I feel like it executed. I feel like it got the message over, even if it was comedic or not, because again, by no means does this film feel serious at all, but it really does tell a very serious message. So that's that. But yeah, I definitely think if you're a fan of any of the cast, that's the first reason you should check it out. If you're just looking for a film that you can put in the background, get some laughs about, get some tidbits out of it one way or another, I think you're gonna enjoy this film. So, but yeah, it's Red Pill. It is coming on demand in digital, which I think is a perfect release for it, because with so many of the production flaws, should you say, I think this is definitely one that you just rent at home, kick back, watch, get some laughs, and really just see the silliness, and things definitely get silly, along with some very important commentary. But totally jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this film, and as always, stay tuned for more movie reviews very soon.